that ref who gave the penalty to Leicester today he's given Leicester their last 4 penalties.
Wow.
That's great.
Yeah, I think we should leave it there, to be fair.
Same ref.
Do you know my
Vintage Steven Gerrard. Aguero!
How you getting on, Kenny? You all right, yeah?
Yeah, you. I don't know. Did I want to go first? The game's still on, so.
Well, will we do the Liverpool City game to start with? While this game's going on?
Yeah, do that.
All right. Crack on. Go on, Paul. I'll let you go first, mate.
Honestly, I think for a draw, it was actually an entertaining draw. Like there's a kind of coming from behind to get a draw was actually the best result we could possibly get today because there was no budging between either of us.
Yeah.
I think with the penalty that Kyle Walker kind of gave out, it was a rookie mistake, especially with Mane. Like he like the second there's any contact, he's down. That's it. Penalty. He knows the game. He's smart about it. And like for the entire part of the season, Kyle Walker's been our best player, but when he does concede a penalty, it's something silly like that.
Yeah, he had a bit of a rough one today, didn't he?
He was up against one of the best players in the world, though, in my eyes. Fucking hell. Yeah. Give him a break.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and I thought Kyle Walker had to beat of him for the majority of that game.
Yeah, he'd done pretty well considering it was
like he had a great game afterwards, but it's kind of these kind of rookie mistakes in the penalty box that we're absolute murder for at the moment.
Do you not think though, with that tackle, Paul, it was a bit like, even though hindsight would have been like, shouldn't do it, but then you think he's there, I'm going to have to do something, and then after it happens, because it weren't, it was stupid, but then you could sort of see him go part. You know, he's like, he's past me. I need to do something, even though you think I shouldn't touch him. You know, but yeah,
the likelihood of him scoring if he doesn't touch him. That's what you've got to weigh up.
It's hindsight.
It's like a reaction, though, isn't it?
Then again, like Liverpool. Yeah. Well, like then at the end of the day, like if I was looking at the defense today, it was solid, apart from that one incident. But other than that, like I think the defense looked a whole lot mature. They look settled. I think we have our starting defense now for the entire.
Yeah, that's definitely probably your strongest.
Yeah, I like that. Diaz, right? That Diaz looked strong today. He looks good.
Yeah, he looked decent, didn't he?
Yeah.
Well, he's vocal as well, which we were lacking since Vincent Kompany. Like Vincent Kompany, if he was seeing something go on ahead and just be like, "Look, lads, tighten it up," like Otamendi and John Stones just didn't do that. And now that we have a player that's kind of going, "Look, let's communicate before the shit hits the fan," like.
What did you think of the first half? Because I think Liverpool started like a house on fire.
Yeah,
and
quality first half.
And I think maybe last 15 minutes, Man City really started to show they could get control of the game.
Yeah.
Well, like Gabriel Jesus's goal that turn was just something special. I like
the build-up play to it as well was good.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't appreciate it until you see the replay, but when you saw the replay and you thought that was actually pretty. I mean, his turn was pretty awesome as well. But,
I think that was the one time, other than when De Bruyne played Raheem Sterling across, that you actually you put us out of our shape. We had a really strong shape for the first 30 minutes, and then that one time you did it, you scored.
Yeah.
Did Jesus mean to do that, Paul? Did he mean that touch?
Oh, 100%. Quality finish.
Quality finish.
I'm not saying the finish weren't good. I asked if he meant the touch.
Yeah, he meant to do that.
But like, I think even if he did or didn't to do it, the reaction to actually doing it was really quick.
Yeah. And then like Kevin De Bruyne, the person that you would bet your house on to score a penalty, just misses the penalty. To be fair, like,
was it
sorry?
a penalty? Do we all think that was a penalty today? I know the rules say it was, but
the rules say it, but
yeah, that was a penalty.
It was harsh, you know, because
well, the Wolves one was given earlier, wasn't it? So that was given, and that was given.
Yeah, the thing is, I'd rather be consistent like that. So whilst I'm a Liverpool fan, I obviously don't want it to be a penalty. If that's a penalty like that every time, fine. That's fair enough.
The question is it a penalty? In your
No, I don't think. I mean,
you're playing on a Sunday and that's given against you. Are you saying?
No, you'd be fucking pissed off, wouldn't you? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think it's shit because he's turning away from it. It weren't like, I know his arm was out a bit, but he was turning. I mean, he's trying to move. I'm not saying he's moving his arm behind his back, but
You won't get us. You going like that, like
it reminded me of that one that happened with Man United. Who was it?
Yeah, the PSG one, the PSG, where he sort of turned.
No, the one earlier, was it earlier in the season where like Lindelof like put his hand up or running as promotion sort of thing. It reminds me a little bit of that. But look, that's the rules. That's fine by me as long as they're consistent with it.
Yeah,
which is they're not. That's the problem.
He tried to move his hand that way as well, didn't he?
See, I'm not a fan of that. I'm not a fan of consistency over common sense. In that, if something isn't a penalty, if something just hits your hand, like the one was given for Chelsea the other day, that hit the guy's shin or his leg first, and within a split second,
it went up.
Why would that ever in a million years be a penalty? He's not moving his arms to it. It's not unnatural, and I hate seeing these defenders with their hands behind their backs. That is an unnatural position to be in for me.
Definitely.
John Terry would have been fucked years ago, wouldn't he?
Oh mate, imagine the penalty we give away. Come on, you're putting everything in front of it. The question I wanted to ask you, Paul, what was the structure? Did you notice a difference in your team structure today? Because obviously you played Torres in that false nine the other, and now you had an established number 9 in your setup and format. Do you notice a big difference, or is it quite seamless moving from one formation to the other, not having a striker?
I think with the structure the way it is, like the kind of focal point of Jesus up front means that the midfield can be a bit more creative. Like they know that they can just ping the ball in and then they can just play their own game. Like Raheem Sterling.
Know the sort of runs he's going to make and things like that. So it's the familiarity of having someone, whether you know it's going to stick to their feet, are you going to get it back? Are they going to play the way they're facing? When you're putting different people in that false 9, you don't quite know, even though you train it during the week, you don't quite know if they're going to turn and spin or are they going to come feet or, what they like to do. And so I suppose just having that number 9, which you know he's going to do, is obviously quite handy.
When you're playing week in, week out, the player's instinct straight out from training with them, and you trust that instinct. So, like, I think when like you're played out of position, all the other players know, like, okay, he's going to have to work extra hard on actually getting the finish down or controlling the ball after this cross. Like I think when Sterling played in position, he did a good job, but it was like a patch-up job. We need to do this. We don't have anyone else. It's on me. Whereas Jesus is, I know my job. I trust myself. I have confidence in myself. Okay, I see the ball come in, pings it in, And it's.
Where was Mahrez today, Paul?
We could have used them, to be honest.
Only one sub, weren't there?
On the bench.
Yeah, I think on the bench, really. You know what I mean? I looked at it and I thought, oh, ain't all that.
He made one sub, was it? He made throughout the whole match?
Yeah, Bernardo, weren't it?
Bernardo Silva on for...
Mahrez wasn't even on the bench.
No.
But I think Kevin De Bruyne after that penalty just looked a bit deflated.
he didn't have his best of games, did he? He apparently gave the ball away around 30 times throughout the match, and that's very unlike him.
Trying to force it though after that penalty miss, wasn't it? You could see he was just running into everything and just trying to force it.
Yeah.
So I think that was his mindset then for the match. Was
a terrible penalty though, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Well,
I mean, at least hit the target. At least make the keeper do something.
Weren't much power in it, was there? It weren't like it.
Shit penalty.
I don't know. It was really bad.
It weren't like Lookman's penalty. It wasn't like that, was it?
I hadn't seen that
At
yet.
least he made the keeper do something.
Right, it was horrible. Not only was it horrible, right? The match of the day studio, Gary Lineker done one of them for England against Brazil, and they mentioned it to him, and they replayed it, and there he was like, no, brilliant, terrible penalty. And I completely agree with what Scott Parker said. There is a time and a place for that, and if you do that, you have to score. But at that time of the game, like you don't do shit like that.
If you're on short, you just smash it, don't you?
You do, yeah. You place it, but you place it with real power, and you know, if he gets into it, he's still not going to knock it out. But you don't.
The thing is, if he scores it, he looks like a genius. But
cool.
It's just not the right time to do it.
If he did a Panenka and then failed it, at least if he did like something like a Panenka and Alisson catches it, right? Alisson's a good goalkeeper or whatever. We'll carry on. But like when you have like keeper going the other way and then it goes to the side of the post, you're just there going like,
it was a bad penalty.
Right? You should do a Panenka, and if you score, you get a goal. But if the keeper catches your Panenka, they get a goal. Fuck it, that's our goal now. Joey, I wanted to ask you, how did you think Firmino played? Obviously, he's not your favourite cup of tea at the moment, but he started. So how did he?
Yeah, I was a bit surprised for him to start. Actually, I thought we'd go with the Jota, Salah, and Mane. I thought Klopp was quite brave to go with a 4.
Yeah, really attacking.
It's
Who
weird,
lost out,
because I thought. Sorry.
Who lost out because Jota started? Who?
They played for the midfielder, wasn't it?
Midfielder.
And Valderrama, what do you call it? Played. I take it just sat there and okay.
Thing is, the 4-2-4 when they defended, it went into a 4-4-2, didn't it?
Yeah, it was a strange lineup because we never usually play like that at all. But you could see for the first 30 minutes how well it worked. Yeah. But it looked like it just took it out of us. For the last 60 minutes after that, we just really drained. We just looked like we were happy to take a draw. I felt like we looked like we were thinking, hang on, the penalty's gone wide. This could have been worse. Let's just take a draw at the end of the day. And
it looked like City was doing that as well, didn't you think?
It did. I was thinking after the game, because I was talking to my missus about it, and she was like, "Oh, well, the City had all the ball," and I was thinking, "Yeah, but they created as much chances in the second half as we did. One, there was nothing else."
I thought the first half was pretty awesome.
The first half was brilliant.
I thought it was like for both teams. I liked it because both of you were attacking, and it was good. It weren't just like right. It's all. It was. I quite liked it. You know, it was good.
Yeah. Anyways, to go back to your point, Woody, it's another poor game by Firmino. I mean, after the first 45 seconds to a minute, he should have done much better with that chance. He either puts that over the keeper.
Last year, he would have bagged.
Yeah, it's just his confidence is gone. It's shot to the ground.
You think that's why Klopp played him?
I think there's Klopp.
He's getting questioned, isn't he, by the reporters a bit?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
and I think maybe that's why Jota obviously is in form, and obviously dropping Firmino is like everyone's like, yeah, so he's done it. I think Klopp being Klopp.
It's a show of faith, really, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was like he was saying, look, you are still a very important member of this squad. You are still a very good player. Trust me, trust yourself. It will come. Yeah. But it just didn't work today, and it wasn't the right time to put him in a big game. But what's weird is when he went off, I felt like we lost all intensity completely. I thought we were okay for the first 10, 15 minutes of the second half, even on, possession or whatever. But then the second he went off for Shaqiri, we just didn't look like we could score at all. And I know we had a poor game, but perhaps positionally it was working a bit better. But at the end of the day, he didn't make any real chances, and whatever chances that came his way, he just completely fluffed. So again, it's just not good enough for a player of his quality.
How is a player like that, Joey, with the trophies he's just won? How is a player like that lost confidence?
It's one of those that you can't really put it into words. Really, I think it's more to just do with his psyche at the moment. I suppose it's like, I suppose how football matches have been a bit crazy. Perhaps the whole what's going on in the world affects him more than others. I don't know. You wouldn't.
It's like no fans as well. Do you think that
fans? Maybe. I really can't put it into words. But the thing is, it's been like this for about 2 seasons, or at least a season and a half, roughly. the thing is, what we always saw with Firmino was hard work, and now it just looks like he's just every other striker. It's not even just he's not
Firmino used
scoring
to
and
come
not
up
assisting.
with
But now he just looks like he could be, you know, Joe Linton or someone.
But
Like
Firmino
I
used
said.
to come up with like one goal, didn't he? But it was always an important goal out of nowhere, and that's what he was doing for the, you know, like last season and that. You know, when you weren't, you know, say Mane and Salah weren't, and suddenly Firmino out of nowhere would get you that one goal.
Yeah,
it was always important goals, and that's where he seemed to stand out a bit, I think. And obviously, it's just
well,
not.
he always had the knack of, you know, bringing defenders forward because
was
you
integral
know,
in the moves, I think. In the moves at Liverpool, even though it was Mane that got on the end of it, he was always seen to be the clever player that done something slightly different to open something up. Do you know what I mean? He was always in and around the good stuff that was going on. But it seems like he's not even interested in that in a minute.
No, that stopped a while ago, didn't it? That stopped sort of halfway through last season.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has, and I don't. You really can't put your finger on it. The only thing you could say is it's got to be confidence, because it's not like he's, you know, fucking 10 stone heavier or anything, or I don't know.
Do you think he's been asked to play a
anything.
different way? Do you think he might have been asked to play something like slightly different?
Oh, I can't imagine so. No, I really can't imagine so.
Do you know what I mean? Just something like that might have, you know. And
what he was good at, he was probably the best in the world at.
Yeah.
And if you ask him to change that just to suit maybe the system you want to play, which is clearly not working better,
Yeah.
I don't know. It wouldn't, for me, that wouldn't make any sense. But you don't know, really don't know, because I can't put my finger on it at all.
Yeah.
It's just got to be confidence. It's the only thing I can think of.
I do like Klopp's tactics, though. I do like it. I like the fact that you actually see the tactics that he's trying to. Like you said, you can see what he tried to do really worked, but they ran out of gas after half an hour. He's so clever. He'll know that. And the next time he wants to do something, maybe it might be the last half an hour of a game where you need real intensity. You need that. He'll put that format. He'll put that on there again and go, right, give me everything you got for half an hour now, because he knows it ain't going to last long. But I like seeing that. You don't see enough of that with these new managers like Lampard. You don't see the tactics. You kind of hope they're just winging it in a way. Do you know what I mean? They're not really experienced to know what to do in the right parts of the game.
Yeah, well, with Chelsea, you just play the one way and you're good at what you do. When it doesn't go your way, do you change it? You don't know. It's hard to see what Chelsea change when things aren't going their way. But I think Klopp does have a different system. Like I said, I think he was brave today to go with the four, Firmino, Salah and Mane against City. I mean, how many clubs would ever go to City and think, fuck it, let's take the game to them. Let's try and beat them.
I don't think no one expected it as well, did they?
Yeah, exactly. And I think that was a good sign. I thought that was him saying, you know, I'm going to try and shock them here. Because every other team would sit back and try and hit them on the break. Yeah, if not just, you know, nobody goes toe-to-toe with Man City, especially at their ground, because they expect to lose.
What's Trent got injured? Is that back? Like, what does that look like?
I have no idea if it's
he's not playing for England.
hamstring or calf, or I don't know. Really? Apparently, it's nothing too serious, but you know, it could be a 2-3 weeker. Fortunately, with the international break coming up, that probably helps us a bit.
Yeah.
So we have to think of the defense today, because I know you were saying like you went out to attack, but I thought Gomez and Matip were actually fantastic together today.
Yeah, they played quite well. Matip's passing was a bit irrational second half. He was a bit all over the place, but in general, they defended pretty decently. But I also think that's because City were happy to take a draw as well. I don't feel like you were just ready to go, boom, right, let's, you know, they're a bit wounded now, let's get at them. Let's try and do our best to get a result here. It didn't look like it. At the end of the game, you could see both teams seemed pretty happy with the draw. So,
yeah, they were.
And I'll be honest, I'm happy with a draw. I think going to City is always a hard game for Liverpool, so I'll take a draw.
Looking at the way we played today, a draw was a fair result.
And do you know what it is as well? You know, it seems like it's a good result for Liverpool because we're thinking, oh, we always beat them at Anfield. Nothing's a given this season. It really isn't. So you could go to Anfield, get a win, could get a draw, and it could end up being it was a good point for you today. So yeah, who knows? Well, all right. What do you reckon, Ken? We go to you next.
Go on, Joe.
Come on, Joey.
Joe's the man. Go on, Ken. Yeah, I want to see this.
What do you want to know?
Go on, Kenny.
Go on, just give us your feelings on the game.
First of all, what was the score, Ken Dog?
What score? What score? I don't actually know.
You're a bunch of pricks.
What? So now when you lose, you can't take it either. You're more like Dean than you fucking.
Yeah.
First of all, Woody, how fucking dare you? Secondly, I am by far the worst loser here. I accept that. So this isn't anything new. Honestly, I'll debate whether I can't.
Oh, what was today then? Was it just ye shit or were Villa good?
Yeah, nobody was good today. There wasn't anyone that was good today, or nobody at least I watched and thought they didn't put a foot wrong today. There wasn't anyone like.
Ross Barkley was good.
Yeah, decent. See that first ball for the goal?
Chelsea ball.
He was good throughout the whole game. That move for Barkley's been a fucking.
Kenny, that Ollie Watkins again. He's hold-up play again. He's winning everything.
Yeah, I wouldn't allow that. I don't know why he gets away with that. The first time, imagine you were marking somebody.
Oh, I'll be battering him.
He's not
like Rio or John Terry or one of the big centre backs from back.
He holds it so well for a fucking small lad.
He plucks it out the sky and just drops it on the floor and then moves off the centre back.
Yeah.
You can't let.
He'll be off in a couple of seasons, won't he?
Also scored 2, didn't he?
Yeah, that comes with winning the first ball, though, Kenny. Didn't it? Really, you got to stop that. You can't afford to let him take that touchdown. You got to win that ball before it gets to him.
He shouldn't be able to do that. He shouldn't be able to just bring it down that easily, and he was doing it like that.
He was doing it against Van Dijk as well, wasn't he? Against Liverpool.
Was he not getting screened then? Was he not getting screened, or was it just too much space, or what?
No, he looked like Giroud, but fucking 2.0 somehow. He was just, the ball was coming out from any angle, any height, and he's just holding the centre back up and just perfect touch on the floor off to Barkley or Grealish, and then they go.
Who played centre mid?
Option.
Who played centre mid?
For who?
Arsenal.
We started with El Neni and Partey, and out of maybe everyone on the pitch for Arsenal anyway, Partey was probably the only one that you could say, yeah, all right, he's been all right actually.
Come off at half time, did he?
Come off at half time.
Injury.
Why?
Injury, yeah.
Oh, was he injured?
I didn't hear that.
Yeah.
I just seen
quite a possible injury, all right.
Injury.
Apparently he's got a bad back. He's carrying the rest of the 10 players.
And Kabay, what's his name? Kabay's come on at fucking half time.
Yeah.
That's a bit of a downgrade.
Yeah, massively. But at least I know it's through injury. Otherwise, I'd be concerned, man. But
otherwise, you have to bring up Kenny.
When it wasn't an injury, so.
Hey?
What were you thinking when it wasn't an injury, Kenny? When he came?
Well, I don't know. Yeah, part of me was thinking something's gone on there because there's no reason playing ability. You wouldn't think, well, let's get him off and get Ceballos on to change his.
Yeah.
Fuck me, that'd be the last person you want to take, wouldn't it, Partey? Fucking hell.
Yeah, exactly. But again, going forward, we offered nothing. Lacazette, fuck me, Lacazette. Jesus.
Lack of threat.
Awful. Yeah.
They said that Willian didn't score the Premier League goal yet, has he, for Arsenal?
Willian hasn't got out of first gear since Fulham. I haven't seen anything of Willian that's impressed me yet. He's doing
the exact same thing at Chelsea, isn't he? I'm not being funny, right? On his day, he could be a good boy, but don't you think, Woody, at Chelsea, sometimes he was so frustrating because other times he could be the best player on the pitch, and other times, William would just.
You know what? I always thought Willian played well for us, even
right
after he left. To be honest, I mean, there was a season. I can't remember if it was under Mourinho or Conte. He carried us for a whole season. I mean, he scored about 10 free kicks, and he was getting in. He was like the only player that seemed to be performing in our team.
That was when you was playing really bad, weren't it? I remember.
Yeah,
that was
it was. And he carried it through that little period, to be honest. And I think that gave him a certain stature at the club.
Yeah,
I think sort of dragged the rest of the team through it, got our result. You know, he must have won us 15, 18 points that season.
Yeah, but are those days behind him, Wood? Is that why he never got the new contract? If they seen something that
I don't think it was, Kenny, because we are synonymously terrible for offering players more than a 1-year deal when they're over a certain age. Look at Frank Lampard. Fucking servant for the club. And he had to go to America and then go back and play for City because we wouldn't give him a 2-year contract. Utter ridiculous. Like, if a player's that good, and he's still playing at a really high level for you, give him a 2-year contract. But I think he wanted the problem was he wanted 3 years. And
did he get 3 years at Arsenal? Did he?
We don't even he did. We don't even giving 1 year when you're that age. So the fact that we're in that for free. What happens if he gives us another really good year and then he's shit for 2 and he's on 180 grand a week? That's no good for us.
No. But Arsenal I thought he would perform better for Arsenal. To be fair, I was expecting it to be, a sensible signing. Yeah, a longer contract. I understand, but I thought he would have been, he seemed to start off all right, didn't he, Kenny?
He'll be fine,
man. He's been fucking poor.
He'll be all right.
Let's be honest.
A plus thing. Saka scored again, though, didn't he?
Oh yeah, good goal as well.
Decent.
Let's be honest, that could have been 5 or 6 today.
Yeah, what do you think? What did you make of the first goal, Kenny?
First goal
Should have stood.
All the goals, all of it. Well, oh, the one that was disallowed.
Yeah.
I'd be. The thing is, even if Leno saw that, we ain't gonna fucking say it.
No, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking, letter of the law, right? He's in the way.
That's the thing. It's the rules. He could. But, I mean, if you look, he could see the ball coming the whole way across until near enough it hits his foot. After that, he wouldn't have saved it anyway. So if that was an Arsenal goal, I'd have been pissed that it got.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I said. I was thinking it myself. I was thinking, how would you feel like if that was the other way around at you? And I was thinking, you'd be fucking angry about it, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you'd be like,
imagine that was the last minute of a game and that's what lost you the match, or stopped you getting the points or whatever.
But they didn't have that problem, did they? Luckily.
That's the thing. What do you think went wrong? Because from there, you should have been like, fuck, right, wake up, let's go now. They clearly have a bit of threat. What can we do to sort this out?
Can't lose 3-0 at home against Villa, Kenny. I'm sorry.
Fuck off a minute. I'm answering Joe's questions. Stop trying to fucking run. So, tactically, I don't think. I mean, it's hard to sit here and say we didn't do anything wrong because we lost 3-0 and we looked shit. But we were sort of, the game was balanced, but out of the two of us, they had the quality game. I mean, the goals that they scored, the touches and the build-up play, and that first time ball across, it was like, fucking hell, man.
Yeah.
And we didn't have any of that going on. Every time we did like ping off a decent cross, it was Lacazette on the end of it and fucking up an easy header, or Willian lashing at it and just dragging it wide. Like we had our chances as well.
Yeah.
Like,
do you think there's a confidence thing up front, or do you think it's a system?
I don't know. I don't know what it is up there. I can't put my finger on it because I've been looking at it.
You looked good the other day, though, didn't you? You looked good the other day, and then today you look awful.
Yeah, but even then, I don't think we haven't clicked going forward all season. I mean, we looked all right against Fulham, but I think Dean pulled us up. Even then, we won 3-0, and he was like, any other team in the league, you wouldn't be creating that many chances.
You only beat us by a penalty. Even though you played better, you only beat us by a penalty, didn't you? Like you said, if you didn't get that penalty,
I think that's what it is. Results have been tight, and you're either just scraping it, or you're just like, was it Man City lost 1-0 to it? It's like, okay, you're not that far away. You're doing better. You're improving. And some games that you would have drawn or lost, you're just scraping at 1-0, even though you're not clicking. So
we really sacrificed it going forward, didn't we? So then when we play the teams that we have the opportunity to lose on the front foot all the time, we don't know what to fucking do. And we've been saying it for a few weeks now. And I know he's got to start. I mean, he started with a defence, and that's been going well up until tonight. And then he sort of, we thought, or we was hoping that he's found the solution in midfield of maybe Partey and El Neni, definitely with Partey anyway. So then now, do you know what I mean? We keep saying it. You said it as well, Woody, the other week. When you start from scratch, you build the foundations first. So you start from your defence and you work forward. Yeah. So hopefully now we can fucking spend some time on what we're doing up top.
Who's your ideal partnership in midfield? You want Partey. Obviously, Partey's a no-brainer, yeah? He's like Kante for Chelsea. You got to have him there. It'd be stupid not to. So who else is going to partner him that you think he could do a great job? Or even someone that you'd like to sign that you think...
Yeah, nobody is there at the moment. Nobody is there at the moment. El Neni can have a good game every now and again and be busy. Ceballos can have a good game, 1 out of 5 or something like that.
I like Ceballos out of all of them. I would say he's your better player. He's got more all-round game to him, I would say. El Neni knows his job now. He's sort of got that down. He knows what he's expected of, and he gets it, gives it simple, bang, he keeps it moving all the time. But I like Ceballos. I think he's got a bit more bite to him, and he can find he goes on little dribbles and stuff, and I just think he's a better player.
But Barkley'd look awesome in your midfield, Kenny.
Yeah, he would.
Wouldn't he?
Well, no one would have known it until now, would they?
Yeah.
I mean, we've always known Barkley's a good player, but fucking hell.
Yeah.
Grealish as well. How good is Grealish? So underrated, isn't he?
No, everyone knows Grealish is good.
He never gets picked for England.
He's worth 80 million.
Yeah, at least.
He's a strange player, isn't he? Because usually when you're worth 80 million, you've got something like real quick about you. He goes at a snail pace, but he's still beating players, and he always looks like he's in space.
That's the only thing I don't like about Grealish, but like you just nailed it, he always slows the play up. Like when I see him, he gets the ball, and you're on a counter-attack, he gets the ball, and he takes like 6-7 touches, and you're like, mate, you've just given him time to get back. But then he still finds a cutting pass or a shot goes top corner, and you think, what?
It's a strange. I've not seen a player like him for a while. I can't think of a player similar to him.
He's swagger to him.
So,
that Paul?
He's got a swagger to him. Like he looks confident when he's kind of going like, look, I have thought about it. I'll take my time and then just ping in a pass. Or
Yeah.
That's why I don't get why they start ringing. For me, he should be starting. He's
Yeah, he
like
should
one of
be,
our
I think.
best players.
He's
Oh,
definitely
he's
got quality.
Oh, he's oozing.
Ireland, and he's dead to me.
He's the most foul player in the Premier League as well, wasn't he? Last season as well.
Yeah,
but
most
that's
fouls.
his play,
Yeah.
though, isn't it? That's his style of play. Like Woody said, he stops it. Then by that time he stopped it, and the player goes, "Right, I'm going to get the ball off you now." Well, don't really get the ball, do they? But he is different. You don't see many players like him, but yeah, he is class.
I think that's why he does well, because he plays percentages. The amount of free kicks he wins, and obviously Aston Villa are a decent team in the air, like set pieces, that always plays to their strengths in playing like that.
Yeah.
But I think a faster team that moved the ball quick on the floor, I think would maybe get a bit frustrated with that.
That's what I was just thinking. Like, obviously, I know other teams would go in for him if the price was a bit cheap. Do you not think that may be why other teams the bigger teams look at him and go, well, actually, yeah, he is good like that, but we want to be going fast, because that's the idea of it now, isn't it?
I reckon he gets that respect anyway. I think people stand off him because it's Grealish. They know he's not going to get the ball. People get that respect, and I think he gets that from all the other players that he plays against. They think, fuck that, it's Grealish. Give him time, give him space, and that's why he gets more time. It looks like he gets more time and more space because people are scared of him. That's what I think.
Because he gets it, like Kev said, he just moves the ball. He waits and waits and waits, and they make a challenge. He nicks it half a yard and gets a free kick. You're like, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can take away from today, so Kenny?
No, nothing, mate. Nothing. No. Not one.
Not even a negative to a positive.
No, there's nothing to take from that. We lost. What do you mean?
No.
We lost
Like something you can learn from, perhaps.
Yeah, we need to do better going forward. We knew this already. This is nothing game, man.
Oh, he's so aggressive, isn't he? He's so passive.
Well, it's not even about going forward. Defensively, you look.
I don't think I'm being passive at all. Fuck you, man, all of you. There's no passive aggression here, mate. I'm
passive aggressive.
Okay, you know at home. Nah, there's no.
No, we knew that already, Joe. We fucking knew that. What's your problem?
Really are.
I'm against Villa a little bit.
It's hard. I ain't got time to get over it, man. It's just happened. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just happened. No one's died, Kenny. Nobody's died, mate. It's not like you got grieving.
It's worse. I'd rather somebody had. We was at home, would
we moved.
I know, but to be fair, you're still above West Ham. Just below Man City, but you're still above West Ham.
That's it.
Yeah, we moved past this open. Cheer you up.
I've lowered my expectations now anyway, so
You guys still top four, Kenny?
Nah.
No, it's silly. Listen, you've played 8 games. You're on 12 points. You're 3 points behind Chelsea, who are in 5th place. Don't be silly. Come on.
That's it. It's early days yet.
Of course it is.
Yeah, but the thing is, we're going to have these bumps in a row, don't we? We're going to have games like this. If we're going to get in the top 4, we can't afford to have them.
You might have another 3 or 4 games like this, and then you might hit a run of form where you don't lose for fucking 10 games. You just don't know, do you? You don't know what.
I'm not seeing anything that's making me think that, though. I'm not seeing any improvements on a weekly basis where I'm like, okay, we're getting a bit better there.
Motherfucker, you just said that the defence has got better. Yeah. You signed Gabriel,
it's
looking
like that.
Party, it's looking better. And now one bad result, it's fucking shit again. You sound like Dean.
No, the defence has been good from the start. The problem is going forward, man.
So there is improvement.
Not going forward, there's not. There's no improvement. If anything, we're getting worse.
It's improvement in midfield.
It got worse going forward, to be fair.
Yeah, it's shocking.
Yeah, that was our worst game going forward, probably.
So where would you start then? You said you'd start from the back. The defence has got better. You got to give him time to get that right.
Excuse me, I 3 goals in Villa today. It should have been 5 or 6.
Dean, you're such a cunt. Stop.
So you're away to Leeds next. How do you think you get on?
I'm a Spurs fan. Live off of Arsenal's.
Oh, I love it. Love it.
What do you reckon, Ken? Away to Leeds next.
At the back of that, when everyone else around you has won. I mean, I know Liverpool and City drew, but you still picked up a point there. Everyone else has won. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? At home to Villa, I don't know, man. It's a fucking difficult one to take.
Yeah, true.
At least
7-2 though.
It's better than 7-2. Yeah,
should have been 7-2.
Yeah, you know, every silver lining.
Joey's mentioned you got Leeds next. So what do you reckon then?
Leeds look shocking at the minute.
I don't know about that.
I don't know. I can't imagine us going out all guns blazing.
Yeah. One week Leeds look amazing. The next week you think, where's the team that played last week?
What, Bielsa the God?
Yeah.
To be fair, that goal they scored should have counted, shouldn't it?
No,
that Bamford, when he put his hand up,
Yeah.
oh, God, that's what I'm saying is ridiculous. Like I was just talking about earlier. Why?
Ridiculous.
You put your hand, your whole body is behind all the defenders. You put your arm out to point where you want it into the gap, and that's offside.
Yeah.
Your hand is offside.
I like him as well. I like that Bamford, don't you?
Do you know what? He was all right at Chelsea, and he never made it. The only reason he's doing well now is because he's consistently playing every game. Everywhere he's been sort of hot and cold because he has not got that consistency of games. Bielsa's shown faith in him, and he said, "You're my number 9. You can go out there and play." And now he's actually starting to produce. But obviously, when you're at a team like Chelsea, you don't get a season and a half to actually hit the ground running. You have to do it within 3-4 games, otherwise you're out the team.
Like Kevin De Bruyne, Mo Salah.
Yeah, let's not go there. We beat you 2-0 in 2018. Yeah, you fucker.
And Woody was there.
Had to be said.
Yeah.
What do you reckon then, Leeds, Kenny?
I don't know, maybe a 1-0 lead, possibly. I just can't imagine a game now with us turning up, free-flowing, attacking football, getting in behind, causing the keeper problems, because I haven't seen it once. So I don't know what to expect. We have to try and keep the game tight, keep them out and nick one from somewhere. That's the way we're playing.
Do you think if you take it to them, they'll rip you apart?
Say again?
Do you think if you take it to them, they'll rip you apart?
No, I don't think they could rip it apart, but I don't think Villa would. So I honestly don't know.
Mate, I've got to be honest with you. I don't think people like Bamford and that will get past Gabriel. I think you'll be all right defensively against them.
Yeah, I think you beat Leeds actually.
I do. I think counter attacks where you got to be worried because they got some quick players on the wings. Counter attacks you could be caught out if you go full steam ahead and just think we'll just go and press them.
Yeah, I don't think we haven't done that at all. We don't go full steam.
A little bit deeper. I think they'll play into your hands nicely, to be honest. And you'll hit them on the break, which will be better because your players are quicker and have more ability.
Yeah, but do you know what's frustrating, right? Is that we're playing so deep and building out from the back. And it brings everyone forward. Like Villa today, they had 5 or 6 players in our half when we had the ball, like really high pressing us. And very rarely did we actually give it away until we got to the halfway line. But when we do get behind that first row of players, it's still the same fucking speed, like out and then backwards and then sideways. Like once you get past that first line, surely the idea is to then go, boom, go fucking down the wing with Aubameyang and Saka or whatever. It's not. We're not doing it at all.
That should be it. Like you say, you break the first line of pressure and there's 4 players that have just gone out of the game. You have to step into gear. Your wide players have to make the runs and everyone has to push back.
But every single attack, pretty much, bar maybe 1 or 2 crosses from Tierney, we beat the press and then we play so slowly and allow them to get back into their shape. It's frustrating to see. He's got to figure something out. He's got to figure something out quick going forward.
I think have your strikers got the energy? I mean, how old are they? You got Lacazette, who's how old? Aubameyang, who's how old?
Lacazette, 28.
How old? Who's 19. Pepe, who's early 20s. Like, we've got young players, man. Aubameyang's
Martinez, whatever his name is, or
Martinelli, that's
it.
He's injured.
Martinez played quality today. Sorry, mate.
What's that?
Martinez played quality today.
Oh, you knew it was going to happen. I knew he was even involved in one of the goals. Clean sheet. You fucking knew it, didn't you? Right, should we talk about a different team now or what?
Nah, I'm not done here.
Let's
talk about Zion.
Paul will speak. Come on, what did you say, Paul?
Let's go to you now. Like, let's have the other side of North London represented.
No, not yet. No, let's go to Woody first. Fuck them.
So you tell me, what do you see? What do you see happening at Chelsea?
Oh, you smashed
Ziyech pissed me off because I wanted him a couple of years ago. That really annoyed me that we didn't do anything about that.
I couldn't believe how much space. Like, I haven't seen a player dictate a game like that for a little while. Every time he got on the ball, I just thought he's made something really good, creative happen.
Yeah.
His passing was immense, wasn't it?
For some weird reason, even after 15, 20 minutes, I was thinking they got to get hold of him because he's literally just picking up loads of pockets of space and just doing what he wants.
He's doing a Grealish on it. He just had so much space all the time.
Yeah. And even when he did it, just lovely little touches, the little bits, I don't know, a bit of skill you see on the line where he just dragged it back and then went forward again. Like, just completely sold him. He's just, I know he's going to be good, but,
the nice thing I like about him is we see all these bits, when he was playing for Ajax, and you see all these when you thought he's got something about him, and he's starting to do it at Chelsea. I mean, I always thought he would do bits like that, but he's starting to do those bits already, and you think, fucking hell, give him. You watch what he's like after a season in the Premiership.
Yeah.
If he can, I know it's early on, but I think he's a class. And even on your cheaper buys, weren't he?
37 million.
Yeah. I mean, I know it's a lot of money, but not in.
No,
but
it's not,
for
not,
him,
nah,
it's not a lot, is it? I think.
You know what? It was the old. We played against him in the Champions League, didn't we?
Yeah, because you got that done early, didn't you? That was done.
It was just very similar to United when they played against Ronaldo. Sporting,
Yeah.
he saw him and he was like, "I want him."
Need it, yeah.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? I want him, want to sign him, and I think that's exactly like from Chelsea. Well, obviously, we know his qualities, but played against us, and when you see a player open you up and make the runs, and you see that, you think that's what we need.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That's
really when watching him play, he's just a class act all over, isn't he? To be fair.
Yeah.
Not Thiago Silva.
I mean, the only problem I have, I know that it's not Thiago did brilliant as well, Dean.
Fucking brilliant.
But the only problem
He
I have
scored as well.
it's the Werner situation. I mean, I like Werner and I like the fact that he can play all them different positions, and he did play them at Leipzig. So it's not a case of him coming in and playing lots of different roles he's never played. I just wonder whether that number 9, he's going to get frustrated with not playing that number 9, because you see the reaction on the 4th goal that they fucked up. They tried to like go in for a tackle, but Tammy and Werner were level, and you see the reactions of both of them. I mean, he was a good 3 or 4 yards in front of Tammy on that reaction. He was behind the player, and then bang, all of a sudden he was in front of the player. And it's so unorthodox. He looks like he's going to shoot one way, and it just seems to come off his foot and go the other way. I think he'd be a better number 9 for us than Tammy. But obviously, it's a different style of play. You know, with Tammy, you know it's going to stick. He can hold it up. He can make runs in behind. But yeah, it feels like it's all coming together.
It's convincing, isn't it?
Tammy Abraham scored as well, didn't he?
Yeah, Tammy's decent, mate.
Yeah,
He's decent. I like his hold-up play. I like his spins in behind. Giroud got 6 minutes, whatever it was. I thought he might nick a goal as well.
Loving it in a minute, really, ain't you?
Do you know what I said? I think I said at the start of the season, give us 8, 9, 10 games or something, we'll click and things will start to happen. And it's exactly what I said. You just need that little bit of time where they can get used to each other. Even like Hudson-Odoi, when he comes on, he knows he's got something to prove now. So
it's always like that when you get a good few new players, though, isn't it? You just need time to gel together and start performing properly as a team.
I just don't see where. The last few games, anyway, I would say, not obviously it is going to still happen. I just don't see where the weak links are now. Like Thiago Silva's coming in, he's slotted in really well. He's calmed Zuma down. He's not making as many rash challenges. He's still fully committed defender. Don't get me wrong, but he's just smarter with the ball. He's smarter with little things like the ball gets pumped up 40 yards and it goes miles in the air. People are waiting for it to drop. He's under pressure and he'll chest it, take a touch and pass. All in one move. All in one move. He won't chest it. Hang on, I've lost that a little bit there. And all of a sudden you're under pressure because that one touch, he's so calm and he uses the space around him so well.
But you know what? Even for his age, he's still quite quick.
Yeah, he is, isn't he? He's surprising. Like, he come around that little skim that he scored the header. I mean, he lost the defender. I don't know where he went.
But you have a very young team as well, and his experience is valuable as well.
I was surprised that he made him captain the last few times he's played, to be honest with you, because he's just that character. You know, it's like John Terry. You don't go and play for another team and let someone else be captain. He's a leader. Do you know what I mean? And he's obviously leading that bunch of young lads. And the quality he's got, he lives a clean life. He's at training all the time. He's a bit like Lampard. He's first there and last to leave. You know, his attitude speaks for itself. So who are you going to listen to? You're going to listen to the geezer that puts in 150% every week, or you're going to listen to the one that thinks he's the bollocks?
He's shouting at everyone as well, isn't he? When you say anything, he's always going. Don't matter, he can't speak great English or anything. You just see him shouting at everyone. He don't give it but yeah, I think I bet you wished you had Sherwell the last couple of years, didn't you?
I do.
Sherwell.
Yeah. I mean, he's slotted in perfectly. We're not even talking about Alonso or Emerson anymore. It's like, who are they? You know?
Yeah.
It looks like he's going to go for the rest of the bloody decade, Chilwell.
Yeah.
He's giving you a really good balance as well in attack, I think.
Yeah. I think having a couple of more left-footed, like naturally left-footed lads in the team is really helping as it happens.
Yeah.
I mean, Arvetz has played amazing since he's come in for me. I think some of the work he does on and off the ball is superb, but we haven't really missed him the last couple of games when he hasn't played. So
why ain't he played? Injured?
No, he had coronavirus, tested positive for corona.
Where's Pulisic then?
What's that?
He's injured as well, long term apparently.
Yeah, he had a hamstring or injury a while back, and he overcome it. And then he got a little tweak in the game the other day, and they obviously just want to protect him a little bit. But they said it's sort of sparked up again. So I don't know whether they're just going to give him.
That's always been his issue, hasn't it? Injuries.
Yeah,
he's always looked quality when he plays, but
with the international
how long
break,
can you keep him fit for?
Yeah.
I'd have loved him at Liverpool because we were linked with him a few times, and I was thinking, I really want to get Pulisic. That'd be fucking perfect.
Yeah, good.
I'm glad we didn't now because whilst he does play brilliantly when he does play, he's never going to take Mane or Salah's spot because of injuries.
I mean, I think we paid 47 million for him, is it?
Yeah, something like that.
I think we paid 47 or something for Pulisic. But I look at that and I think, I mean, if he wins us 10, 12 points a season and he's fully capable of doing that, is that worth it?
Well, if you're probably thinking that Chelsea got a chance, and of winning the league, because if I was in your situation, I'd be thinking, what a chance, yeah?
No, I wouldn't say so. I wouldn't say so because even though we're starting to click and you can see the chemistry working on the pitch now, I don't think we're title contenders. I actually still think we need probably one more player like Thiago Silva with a really experienced head in the centre of midfield. I mean, I know I like Jorginho, I like Kovacic, I like Havertz, I like all them, but I feel like we need a general in midfield. We need, like a Michael Essien. We need someone that's power, experience.
An all-rounder, maybe.
Yeah, definitely.
Who would that be then that you could sign, do you reckon?
Declan Rice?
Yeah, Declan Rice, definitely. I think it.
No, I mean I like Declan Rice, but he's not that leader for me. He's not someone players are going to look up to and go, "I'll fucking die for that for you." Do you know what I mean? He's not that player yet. He might be in a few years' time, but he's not there yet.
Who is though in that position now? Because I know you're looking at Thiago Silva and thinking, okay, we need another one of them, but in midfield. But I mean, surely there weren't any others about.
Who I really like? I've always liked him, and no one's even talked about him for years. I don't even know how old he is. Verratti.
Yeah, quality player.
I love Verratti. I think he's an amazing player. He's so aggressive, but he's a ball winner. He can travel, he can pass, he can do everything like that. I don't even know how old he is, to be fair.
Who does he play for Juventus? The one
PSG,
yeah.
Oh, PSG, yeah.
How old? He's about 28, 29, isn't he? I'm sure he is.
Yeah, because he was linked with Barcelona, wasn't he, for a few years? I think.
28. He's 28.
Was he?
Yeah.
I'd like someone like that in there because I just think with his experience and the way, I think he's probably a bit more like Jorginho, but a bit more aggressive and probably a bit smarter.
Yeah. Sheffield United, lads. What's going on there?
Oof.
Wow.
Team that we were potentially getting top 4 last year at 1 point.
Yeah.
1 point.
Second season syndrome, innit? It looks like.
I think the commentators put it perfectly. And he said, I haven't seen a team capitulate a little while, and it looks like a team that's just come up and they're shit scared. Once that first or second goal went in, the second goal, I think really their heads dropped and they were just like, shit. They stood off and they just let things happen to them rather than being aggressive, still working hard. That went out the window.
Yeah. I watched the Chelsea game and I thought you were really good, but then I was also thinking Sheffield United just like shit.
Yeah.
they look like a team going down.
Isn't one of their players basically told him that he's not signed a new contract, and it seems to have affected him quite a bit, hasn't it?
That's Lundstrom, isn't it?
Yeah, he sort of basically said.
Who's the team that've got 8 players in the end of the season, I think, are all out of contract? Is that Sheffield United? I can't remember who, Crystal Palace. Okay, I think they've got 8 or 9 players out of contract at the end of the season, first teamers.
Wow.
That's crazy.
That is crazy, because someone said
about Zaha as well, is it?
I don't know. They said about a restructure, and they said it might even be more than 9 players, I think. It might even be like 11 players, but in their squad, they've got like half of their squad is going to be out of contract at the end of the year. No one signed any yet.
That's bad timing for a restructure for them. This is the best Palace have looked in a long while.
Right.
I know that.
That geezer they bought from QPR, he looks decent. Ezzy.
Yeah, Ezzy's good, yeah.
Yeah.
Flair player, isn't he?
Nice free kick.
Yeah, I think he'd be good at somewhere like Liverpool. He'd be like a young Sterling at Liverpool for me, like when he came on.
Maybe. Well, how old is he?
I think he's only 21, isn't he?
Yeah, he's young enough, so.
He's just really skillful, and he uses the ball well. He doesn't lose the ball very often.
I'd take Andros Townsend, and no problem.
You'd like a bit of Townsend?
Or was that?
Andros Townsend? Really?
For who? Not for City.
Is it because he scored that banger against you?
Oh, that was amazing goal.
As in, like, just like I'm not at City because, but like at a club like let's say mid-table club
Like Tottenham. Yeah.
Or Palace.
I can't say much. They're actually way ahead of us anyway at the moment.
You mean Arsenal then? Sorry.
Won't last, Paul. Won't last.
He'd walk into our side.
Look at Woody. If you could have 11 of him, mate.
Would you swap Pepe for Townsend, Ken? Yeah.
Yeah, we'll give him 72 million. You got Newcastle next then, Woody. You got to be confident of a win there, surely.
I am confident, but like I said the other week, they're a bogey team for us. So they're so fucking strange. Sometimes they pull out performances and you think, where's that come from? Like, how are they just drag that out of nowhere? But they always seem to do well against us. So even though we're in a good little rich vein of form here and we're playing good football, you would assume that we're going to go and roll them over. But knowing the previous history that we've got, and they always seem to put up a decent performance against us, I would say it'd be closer than you think. Probably be a 2-1, something like that.
It's also an away game after the international, and that's always dodgy.
Yeah.
You don't know.
When you're a big club, especially because all your players play on the international. So
It's annoying this international break, isn't it?
I fucking hate the international.
Players go and play. Players go and play.
Newcastle are a funny team though, aren't they? Because Brucey seems to have got, he's got Wilson.
Yeah.
And
Fraser.
And maximum as well. If he's up for it, that's
what's the other one up front? Got on a side on a free.
Fraser,
yeah, they seem to. I mean, Wilson looks awesome, but I don't know, Newcastle. They. I mean, they're a bit like Villa. They seem to like go and they go and get these results out. And you think, and then other times they just look shocking. So I don't know.
but I think they've got too many average English players in that team. Like, I know they're built from like their academy of youth players, and they're trying to bring them through and maybe make some money on them. And obviously the English players are a lot cheaper than the foreign players that are decent. But I just think they're probably 2 or 3 players away from having quite a decent team.
Yeah.
I don't think they'll ever get them 2 or 3 players. I really don't. Not unless they get a takeover.
No, because let's be honest, someone will go. They just get sold, don't they? The players. One, I mean, Wilson won't stand if he carries on going like that. Someone a bit above them will,
I've always liked that Shelby. I'll take him at Tottenham all day.
Yeah, he's a good player.
I really like him. Centre mid.
Nah, not for me.
No.
Yeah, he was at Liverpool. He's a strange one. He can score you a 40-yard goal and spray the ball, perfectly.
Yeah.
But then other games, he's shocking, man. Some games he's just like, where the fuck is
Cole Carney? He can be complete shit and
definitely got quality.
He's got. Do you know what he is? He's a flair player. He's got flair. He's got quality about him. But other days he can win you a game, but more often than not, he'll lose.
He's not consistent enough for me.
That's it. Yeah.
I wouldn't have him at Chelsea.
Yeah, he definitely had potential when he was young. Though I was excited when he first came to Liverpool.
Didn't he get a bit?
Never progressed.
Didn't he get a bit impatient though when he was at Liverpool? Because he said like he basically come on the scene and was like, right, sit, I want to play, and it was like you got Steven Gerrard there playing, mate.
Yeah.
Good luck, but yeah.
Yeah, he's one of those unfulfilled potentials, I think.
Yeah.
Well, better week for you then, Kev, wasn't it? You seem a lot happier than last week.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I'm not going to get out because.
Look at that smug look. Look at that.
I'm not smug at all. Even after it was, to be fair, do you know what? Right, I expected it because every time, obviously, Ollie was up against it. It was a good performance. And the team, obviously, as you can tell, when I messaged, I weren't as excited because obviously I want to see us go for it. And then when you see like Fred or you see McTominay and Fred sat there, you think, well, it's a bit defensive. But to be fair, we played well. No defensive mistakes, which was nice. It was, and we weren't used to that, to be fair. Because Maguire.
90 minutes without defensive errors. What? Huh? Whole 90 minutes with no defensive errors.
I know it's unheard of. But Maguire, I thought Maguire was really good, and I was saying to Kenny, I think Maguire can get away with a performance like that against Everton because I'm not being funny. He is a bit of a nasty bastard, Maguire, like tackling wise, as we've seen. So against Everton, it sort of worked out because Everton, as the game was going on, they were getting more and more Alan, how we dealt with him, because normally other games, Alan's sort of, dictates and sort of stuff, but we did really well. And I thought, to be fair, we did all right.
I think Maguire comes unstuck exactly like what you said. When he comes around the nippy players, quite creative and skillful, and have just got that little yard of pace, he comes unstuck. When he's up against someone who's a bully, he like the battle. Yeah, Lewin, brilliant. Give me the battle all day long. That's Maguire's game.
Yeah.
Wait, Kevin, who's this? Kevin, who's this? The setup to lose again. The play 4 days, 2 games.
What the fuck is that all about? I mean,
sorry, I was doing my Solskjaer Italian impression there.
I mean, what is that?
About 2 games in 4 days. Saying that they set us up to look. They set us up to lose out there. That's what they've done. It's like, because everyone's against United and nobody else in the league, just United. That's a proper old Fergie sort of bollocks that was.
Especially United play, I think that they don't win that without Bruno Fernandes.
100%. The fact is, they have got Bruno, so they did.
Yeah, it's annoying though. They shouldn't have him. He should be at Tottenham and he'd be perfect.
Why
He's not fucking stupid.
That's what we need. He'd be perfect. We need someone to set the balls up. He's perfect. He's too good for United.
Did you go in for him?
Yeah.
Well, there you go then. That says it all, doesn't it?
He's too good for United. He should be at Tottenham. Fuck.
Wait, maybe he chose United, even though they're shit, because he's got a brain and he thinks, I go Tottenham.
He was willing to come to us, but we didn't pay the way. We didn't pay the what they wanted for it. And United did.
Not all to do away. If he had 2 choices, Man United, Tottenham,
he must be
landslide.
Joe, wouldn't you be? If you was playing for United now, wouldn't you be thinking, I'd rather have joined Tottenham, yeah? What am I doing with these cunts? Wouldn't you?
No.
There is no long-term success with Tottenham. Manchester United, although down at the moment, will still be quality team. And
next year they won't be in the Champions League, where Tottenham probably will be. So
what I want to know is Bruno.
Surely, if I'm Bruno Fernandes, I'm thinking, what am I doing with these bunch of cunts? Why didn't I join Tottenham? Because these lot of spastics.
Kevin's there licking his lips like, fine.
What?
Did Bruno know that Eric Lamela was playing for you? Because if he did,
you know what I mean?
I mean, maybe no one told him that, and he was like, "Fuck, Eric plays for Tottenham. Why the fuck didn't I sign for them?"
It reminds me of Arsenal last year. Without Aubameyang, they're shit. This is like United now. Without Bruno, they're shit. I ain't gonna fuck with
him. I think it doesn't matter. He'd be brilliant for any team he plays for. He'd be brilliant for. He's that good a player.
He's fucking amazing.
Got the quality in him that you just see when you play against him. Like United beat us last season with him, and you just see that player, and he just has a command about him that some players just go, oh shit, like he's on run, he's won it.
You know he's looking around thinking he's playing the shit. You can tell when he's giving those hard work and that, he's thinking fucking hell. Luke Shaw behind me, Maguire and all that. You can just tell, man. He's not.
The problem is,
it is an interesting one.
Not everyone else on the pitch.
De Bruyne or Bruno Fernandes?
Me.
De Bruyne. Right now, Bruno Fernandes. Right now.
Bruyne.
See, I think he will contribute more goals towards the end of the season.
No,
Fernandes.
They're both quality.
I don't know about that. Quality. I think De Bruyne will score you more and contribute more. I think Bruno's brilliant, but I think De Bruyne's a more rounded.
They're both fucking well done today.
It's really hard choice, isn't it?
Yeah, that is.
They're very, very similar as it happens, thinking about it.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, but do you not think, though, that De Bruyne has lost his mate David Silva and looks a little bit like his...
He hasn't looked as good this season, has he?
No. I mean, I'm not saying I would say De Bruyne, but where Fernandes seems to do it on his own anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But you know what? With Fernandes, I mean, we know he's class and everything, but do you know what? I don't give a shit the stats where they say he's lost the ball, give away the ball so many times, because he tries things.
Yeah, at least he's trying. Yeah.
He tries so much. And you know what? I love that he doesn't give a shit. He'll tell any of the players, you don't care who they are on the Man United team, he just tells them. And that's what we want. You don't see enough players do that nowadays.
He's got a good arrogance about it. Yeah. Not arrogance like you're a dickhead, but a good arrogance that says, and I know what I'm doing, follow my fucking lead.
I know, obviously, he did want to go to Tottenham, but Man United was second class for it, a second club. But he did actually want to come to us, and he loves playing for us, even though he's not going to, But
he's got a great set of gnashes as well, Kev, hasn't he? Oh my God, it's like he's wearing false teeth and they're about to pop out at any minute.
It's Suarez.
Like that,
more about him, Kev, is when he's on the hat trick at the end there, and he still sets Cavani up. He could have went from that
was nice. Oh, that was a perfect. He just weaved it inside and just laid it. Yeah, it was lovely.
Yeah.
Did anyone see Valencia Real Madrid?
No.
Nope.
Valencia beat them 4-1.
Wow.
Right? Valencia had 3 penalties, and Rafael Varane scored an own goal.
Oh, fucking hell.
How bad is that? They went
What is
Madrid
going
went
on
1-0
there?
up. Madrid went 1-0 up, and then they had 3 penalties against them and an own goal. They lost 4-1.
Oh my god.
Fuck me.
I've
Real
never
Madrid
known
are shit.
Barcelona and Real Madrid to be shit at the same time. Like they're both in turmoil, aren't they?
Sociedad top of the league.
Huh?
Sociedad top of the
Yeah,
league.
Sociedad.
Barcelona at 8th.
Yeah.
Obviously, did Barcelona drew? Did they drew? Because Messi come on, didn't he? I think he was on the
They-
bench and come
They
on.
won yesterday, didn't they?
They win.
5-2, I think.
What was it?
They won 5-2 yesterday.
Mad.
Yeah, funny old league and the Spanish league as well. I think the only thing you can really put all this shit down to is not having the fans. That's the only thing I can really see that's made a huge difference to teams and the way they play, and not having that fear factor of hearing 100,000 people behind one team. And
Yeah.
It's like a training match each game, like, you know, there's no consequence.
that's it. There's no pressure, no consequence, it's whatever.
So, Kevin, where are you on Ollie? You Ollie in, Ollie out, or sitting on the fence?
I still think we won't win anything. I'm not saying we'll go further up the table eventually, but I just don't think he's tactically, and like you say, I don't think he's got that. Or I know obviously managers don't just get that all around them. They have to build it up and they have to win things and stuff like that. But I just think that he's not got, you know, I mean, let's be honest. He wouldn't be at any, what Premiership team would take him?
No.
Well, top 6 maybe.
Tottenham.
But no one would
Oh,
they? Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Wow.
No one would take him in the Premiership.
Tottenham, because they'd be like, get Bruno to come with you. We'll take Ollie if Bruno comes, okay?
No, we love him as a legend and all that, but let's be honest, he should have just been there for the thing. And yeah, he is making strides at Man United. Like, it does look more promising from what it has been over managers. And that I know they'll say it's always it can't always be the manager, it's the players. Let's be honest, Van Gaal was just the wrong a manager that was out of touch with football. You know, Van Gaal should never have been appointed. David Moyes obviously didn't quite realise how big the job was.
Van Gaal got you the FA Cup as well too, though. Like you.
Yeah, but he weren't. I'm not being funny. He's out of touch with real football nowadays.
You say that, but I've heard interviews with other lads that say in training and that he was such a tactician. Amazingly tactical about stuff, and he was so thorough about it. So even though you say maybe he's not in style with like the Pep Guardiola style of football that everyone's playing, or the Spanish style.
They said modern time football. He's not.
But then saying that, not everyone has to play the same way. Modern times could be you could get a team that could long ball it all the time.
But not Man United attacking football, is he?
I agree with that.
Yeah, he's not. And Jose, I think.
Who's your ideal, Kev? If you could pick any manager right now to suit your team, not necessarily, who would you pick? No matter what club they're at. Who's your ideal?
I would probably. I quite like the one at RB Leipzig. Now I know we beat him. I wouldn't mind Poch, but I just think I've got that feeling that when he was at Tottenham, when they had the big games, they never really beat the top 6 teams, did they? A lot. I know they beat us a couple of times, but do you know what I mean? They never really.
I think Klopp would be perfect for.
I was trying to be realistic. Klopp.
Anyone that you think.
I would take Klopp in a heartbeat.
You know what? I've held all the managers now. I think I would choose Klopp because I just think he would make you into a winning team, no matter what.
100%.
I think when we got Klopp, Alex Ferguson said, Liverpool's going to win a title in whatever. Yeah, he was sure that Liverpool were going to win a title under Klopp.
Yeah,
he had faith in him.
When I saw that, you'd got him, I said to my mate, I said, that's it. And he was like, nah. And obviously it took you a couple of years. And it was like, and he goes, nah, our owners are wankers and all this. And then I was like, you watch, Klopp is exactly what you need. Obviously your recruitment team is fantastic.
Cheers.
He's just,
Well done, Joey. Honestly, well done, mate.
But no, obviously Klopp would be a dream, but that ain't happening. But to be fair, I think what I like about the RB Leipzig manager is that he was at another team before, wasn't he? Was it Mance or someone? Yeah, he was there, and apparently he just completely changed. It weren't just won a few games and did all right. He changed a lot of stuff in the club, and he's done it with RB. And I just think to get them in the Champions League. And he had loads of money, like just gone and bought, you know. So yeah, but I don't think Man United would take a risk on someone that hasn't won. I mean, they did with obviously Ollie in that, but I don't know.
It's going to be Pochettino next, sure.
Yeah,
I think Pochettino is the odds. We ain't got to pay anything, have we? Do you know what I mean? It's that thing. We ain't got to pay another team. Allegri, I wouldn't mind, but then I think Allegri a bit more defensive, aren't they? Italian managers.
Yeah.
There was an article 24 hours ago released, and it said Manchester United are considering Julian Nagelsmann as a potential target alongside Pochettino to replace Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think he'll go. I don't think he'll make it to the end of the season.
You can see Poch going to United, can't you? You can.
I'm not being funny. It's the same as when Mourinho was available. That was it. You knew. When did Mourinho get sacked? Was it like January or sometime? And then it literally just took us, and all he was doing was flirting, and he stopped going to games because it was always talking about Man United and that. And in the end, you knew it was going to happen. Even when Van Gaal won the FA Cup, it was already, I mean, he found out on the news. I think his missus found out on the news, and then, you know, I just think there's that, you know, that whole, they can get all the coverage for it. Pochettino is a young manager, and everyone's like, oh, don't he look smart on Sky Sports? He's on Sky Sports wearing a fucking suit. I mean, oh yeah, he's like Ed Woodward. Look at me, I can wear a suit. So fucking, do you know what I mean? It's
fucking sign him.
Quite crafty with hair and that, do you know what I mean?
But to be fair, Poch did lead Spurs to 2 finals.
No, I understand that.
He lost them both, didn't he?
Yeah.
Did. But
yeah,
he still got them to the final of Champions League and League Cup. So
yeah, but then he went through that bad run though, didn't he? Before that led up to him getting sacked, he did go on that bad run.
Yeah.
Terrible. Yeah, it was terrible.
That was kind of like the end of his cycle, wasn't it?
Yeah,
that was unrest with the players. Dean, what do you know about that? Because that was unrest with the players. He couldn't get. It wasn't that he'd lost the dressing room. Is that there was shit going on in the dressing room that he couldn't sort out. So I think he was a victim of the circumstances going on between the players, and he couldn't get it right.
I think they should have given the money when he asked for it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, because he hasn't. Dino, with Pochettino, his signings, has he had some really bad ones? Like
he signed Lucas Moura, didn't he? Which was a pretty decent signing.
That was such a signing.
Eric Lamela, did he sign him?
No, that was before. That was Bale money.
Bale money.
What about Eric Djemba?
Ndombele.
Djemba.
Ndombele signed as well.
Did he?
Yeah.
Wow.
From Fulham.
What?
No, he's on about Ndombele. He says Ndombele.
No, yeah, that was probably a dud, weren't it? That was probably his, because he was. Oh, and Lo Celso, that was his thing, weren't it? He was obsessed with
Lo Celso. Yeah.
He for 2 years, weren't he? He wanted him for about 2 years. He was desperate for him.
Yeah.
Pretty sure he sold Townsend as well. I mean, what a fucking idiot.
They sacked him shortly after, didn't they?
Yeah, straight after.
Oh, and Son. He got Son, didn't he?
Yeah, he might have actually.
Yeah, no, it was him, wasn't it?
Great signing.
I heard he got a bit of cloud and rain as well.
He get any fucking trophies though, didn't he?
I was going back to our game. I was actually really surprised that
I've only just got that joke, Woody. Like, I've only just got that.
Well, you're in a mood still. I'll let you off this, Kenny.
Yeah, I was surprised about Everton. I thought I didn't really. I don't know. I was surprised. I expected a bit more from him against us, to be fair.
They've fallen off a little bit, haven't they?
Yeah, and Rodriguez played, didn't he? I'm not being funny. He showed some class bits in him. You just thought he just stands out from all the other Everton players. But I thought Coleman was pretty. I mean, I know he's about 39 or something, whatever he is, but he weren't really.
They missed that with Carlson, didn't they? Massively.
Yeah, I think they did because he's quick, but he's a bit of a bastard, isn't he? Sometimes.
He works from the front, mate. He chases down from the front, like old school. Yeah.
Calvert-Lewin, we seem to just stop him all game. Like, you know, Maguire did pretty well. Lindelof obviously stopped him as well, but yeah, I was a bit surprised about him, to be fair. I thought Sigurdsson showed a bit of class now and again, but I don't know. They were just a bit. Alan just looked wound up, to be fair. And I think we might have done that deliberately. We sort of, you know, just a few tackles on him, and it pissed him off, and that was it. He was off his game. And I don't know if that's what other teams, if they watch our game, other teams will look at that and go, look, you know, if you stop a couple of their players, that's it. Because Rodriguez, he seems to come and get the ball a lot. Like, he comes deep and gets it off of Alan and that. And I think maybe that's where we sort of worked our magic a little bit, you know, and sort of stopped them too. To be fair, they are the two that, you know, seem to be running everything and then get the ball up to Calvert-Lewin and he seems to score. But
I thought Everton actually played all right, Kev. I didn't think they looked too bad. I thought it was one of their better games in the last couple of weeks. I just thought United.
But what I mean is from before when they were like really free flowing sort of, you know, and you were like, fucking hell, Everton seemed to be, you know.
Yeah, but they did get there. They got in those positions a few times. And
yeah,
like Calvert-Lewin had to beat on Lindelof a lot in the first half, especially. And they were getting in them, but Maguire seemed to be there a lot, didn't he? Just in time.
It seemed to be his game like yesterday.
Sometimes it just goes your way, doesn't it? And everything sort of landed just there or whatever. And he had a good game, and I thought that was the difference. I thought Everton played all right. Better.
Even when they scored, I just thought, do you know what? I think it's all right. I think if it was like a defensive mistake, like, you know, they look like the defense, you know, Maguire was looking at fucking Shaw or something like that, I'd be a bit like, here we go, straight away. The game's set up. They're making mistakes, but I thought we looked all right, and I thought, no, do you know what? We're still in this, and obviously, you know, Rashford looked all right. I knew that weren't his goal when he looked like he headed it. I thought that's definitely not his goal.
Yeah, was it Bruno's goal?
Yeah, the free kick. Was it actually a free kick, or was it?
I think it was just a
yeah. But yeah, no. To be fair, after the goal went in, I thought, no, do you know what? Looks all right. But yeah, I just thought Everton would be a bit more. I know, you know, I just thought they'd be. I wouldn't say they were really bad. But I expected more from them, you know.
More aggressive.
Yeah.
They were aggressive though. There was a few spicy challenges, weren't there?
Yeah, they were doing that. After about 60 minutes, like I think after they realised we were getting the upper hand on them, because they went on Fernandes a few times. Alan, I think he had to calm down because I think he was close to being sent off, and we seemed to be winding him up. And I noticed McTominay kept winding him up, and so did Fred. And every time there was a tackle, they were going over there, not really doing a lot, but just annoying him. And Alan was getting, you know, it was winding him up. So I think we just seemed to work out.
Do you think Maguire should have got sent off for that tackle?
No.
What about the one on Maguire by Pickford?
No, because I was talking to Kenny about this, and I think it's right. Even though when you first see it, I mean, Maguire just seems to get attacked from he gets kicked from either side. Obviously, it was after the. I'm trying to think. Was it coming from the air? It was a bit after the challenge. That sort of happened after, didn't it? So was it offside? Was it? I think
he pushed him, didn't he?
I think he
pushed, didn't he?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So
fair. No, he like honestly, I was like, he's going to injure another centre back.
Yeah, that's what I thought first, because I think I put on the group, didn't I? I said he is like. I mean, I know obviously
he's out for the expensive centre backs, isn't he? He's like, fuck them.
Yeah,
they don't play for me. I'm kicking their fucking heads in.
I like that in a goalkeeper, didn't you?
Yeah, love it.
Layman.
Well, Joey loves it. Like,
yeah.
Right, that's probably all we've got time for then this week.
All right, see you, Dean.
Cheers, lads. See you next week.
I ain't got nothing to say anyway, to be fair. It was not convincing.
We'll leave it there then, shall we?
Yeah. Convinced. Like, where's Woody's Chelsea winning convincingly? 4-1s, 4-0s and all that. 1-0, 1-0s. And the same as the Burnley game. We probably had 2 or 3 shots, max.
You're going to win the league, surely, Dean.
No chance. Son again.
You've got Bale, Dean. You've got Bale.
Son was bad again.
Is he injured?
Oh, he's injured now.
He's injured.
No, he played today. He started.
Yeah. Did he get injured?
No. I think so.
But the last minute job, wasn't it? Like
Bale weren't the best. Son, this game and last game, shit. Honestly, rubbish. He goes missing sometimes. Sometimes
imagine if you had Fernandes.
I would have killed it. And obviously, I just think we were lucky to get a win today. I thought West Brom played well again, and we just didn't offer anything much really. Got a last-minute goal, and that was it. We didn't really do much.
You've got to be happy with the last-minute goal, though. Sure.
Yeah, I'm delighted with it. Delighted, but again, it's not convincing, Joe.
Feel a bit better about Doherty this week, then.
Yeah, he played a while today. Yeah, good ball. Yeah, he played a while today. But yeah, I don't know. Just you compare it to Chelsea. Chelsea look strong, and when they're even winning 1-0, 2-0, they all still look strong.
You've got to focus on your own side, don't you?
We go 1-0 up, and we look like we're defending flat out, and I don't know. I don't know. I just think it's lucky in a minute. We ain't played anyone decent. We are where we are at the minute because we played shit team. The only team we played was United. We ain't played Man City, Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool,
Yeah.
anyone. Do you know
Like you
what I
said,
mean?
we've just played shit teams. So
Yeah.
Why did Lamella not play?
I don't know.
too good for that game, apparently.
No, I think sometimes they just rest them. We've got so many players, haven't we? So sometimes they just
He's played like how many games in the last fucking 7 years? He's played.
Hang on, be fair. He's recovered from an injury he got 6 years ago. He still needs a bit of recovery time for that. All right.
Yeah, Lamella's like a Ledley King basically. So he'll play one game and he'll have a week off.
Literally nothing like Ledley King in any way.
He's always injured, Kenny. He's got his shoulder.
Ledley King would get pushed out of that pitch on a fucking wheelchair if he had to.
Ledley King was fucking awesome.
Hello. He's like, bandage my knees, inject the shit out my ankles, and everything else you got to do. I'm fucking playing today.
Yeah. How decent was he, Woody, for fucking one leg? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Lamella's like, I've got an itchy bum. I can't really play.
Don't go on about itchy bums, mate. That's serious shit.
What, you got pearls again, Joey?
What's Dino? What's this with Jose sticking up for Harry Kane? With
yeah. That's true though. I'll go with him in that because United and Mane and that they always get loads of soft penalties. Like that Arsenal penalty as well the other week.
Fuck off. Leicester have got more penalties than us.
That ref who gave the penalty to Leicester today he's given Leicester their last 4 penalties.
Wow.
That's great.
Yeah, I think we should leave it there. To be fair.
Same ref.
Do you know what I mind of anybody saying number 3, me lord?
I don't know whether he's a Leicester fan or whatever, but they were saying on the stats that they've given 41 penalties compared to last season's 19 at this stage last season.
That's crazy, isn't it?
Because of the VAR.
Woody, you look like you're in a newsroom.
Sorry, I'm just TV, isn't it? GMT Morning Britain.
Well, what do you reckon though? Tottenham, they're doing good. They're what, second in the league? 1 point behind Leicester.
Yeah.
Goal differences joint
I'm not up there, Dean. Honestly, man, stop fucking whinging all the time. Honestly,
we're playing flat teams and we've only just about beat them. So we're going to lose.
You've been a bit unlucky as well, though. You've been a bit unlucky. What was that game?
Yeah.
Where got a penalty in the
Newcastle, last
minute, and then the West Ham game. I mean, who the fuck?
6 points clear.
I mean, you're doing good.
Top of the table, Dean, top of the table, penalties received. Leicester City with 8 penalties this season.
Fucking hell, really 8 games in.
Chelsea are second, but we've got 4. So
I think we had 4 as well. Man City though, all those years ago, Woody.
Oh yeah, good point.
Yeah, remember that 2018, 2-0. I was there.
It was 2-1. Joey said it was 2-1, didn't it?
No, 2-1 last year.
No, 2019.
Dino, do you know what? I'm probably a bit like this, but do you know what? I think we probably expect a bit too much, and like obviously with no fans there, even though you've won, I think you'd much rather it be more attack. Do you know what I mean? I think that's what it is. Even though to be fair, you'd be more fucking happy about this result in like the end of the season when you think, fucking, I'm glad we got those 3 points then, even though the game was pretty boring.
Yeah, I get it. I'm a bit like you, Kev. I'd like us to have.
Yeah, I mean,
like 6 or 7 chances, good chances. We should be with the strikers we got. We're getting 1 or 2 a game. It's not. I don't know.
I think the important thing is though, you're still winning.
Yeah.
Well, West Brom set up with a back 5, so that's always hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were playing not to lose.
Yeah.
It's one of those where you've got to take it. You just
He's not happy, Joey. He's not happy.
I just think once we start playing you guys, I think we'll start coming back down the table. I really do.
That's because you're shit. So.
So you have Man City next.
Oh wow, yeah, it's a definite lose. 100% lose.
Where is it?
Don't matter. I'll hold my hands up. I'll do a poll in this one. No
flick your ponytail for us, Dane. There you go.
Tottenham are at home. So like,
I can't see anything but a City win there. If I'm being honest, that's me being honest.
Even with Jose though.
You're second in the form table as well. Leicester top, Spurs are second, Liverpool third. Taking 7 points from 8 matches.
Yeah, I'll get that. We're looking at teams that played Wood. It's not we haven't played anyone. Look at Liverpool, for example. Who you played? Sorry,
you're still building a run of form, aren't you? And you go into them bigger games with good form behind you.
Confident strikers, Kane knowing he's going to fucking get on the score sheet, or Do you know what I mean?
Are you picking a settled? But you're picking a settled team, though, Dino. It looks like
Yeah,
it looks pretty much similar, isn't it?
he's happy with Alderweireld and Dyer at the back now, so
Yeah.
that'll be our main partnership now at the back.
I still don't.
I didn't watch the match. Did West Brom look dangerous?
Yeah, they did. At
Yeah,
times.
chances.
It's even game, Joe.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
You couldn't live with West Brom in the first half, man. You couldn't live with them.
O'Shea, is that John O'Shea? Is that John O'Shea that played for them?
No.
No way.
No, it's
He's
not.
gotta be
It's not John O'Shea.
Jesus, no.
I'm gonna say he must be like.
I can't remember his first name. It's not John, though.
No, it's not John O'Shea.
Yeah.
It might be Paddy O'Shea because he's Irish.
Dara O'Shea.
Easy win for City.
I don't think so. To be honest, looking at the way we played against Liverpool, like we were playing top class teams, and it looked.
Sorry. I heard you sneak that in there. I heard that. I was quiet, but I heard it.
Yeah.
Sorry, Paul. Go on, man.
I think a 1-0 if we do, because I
I can't
don't.
see that at all. I can see Tottenham smashing you.
Can ya?
Yeah, I really can.
Seriously?
I can see.
Yeah, I can see you smashing them.
I can see
Maybe like a
Bale
5-1 or something.
Can you not see?
No, I'm winding you up. I'm winding you up.
Dave, fucking hell.
I was shocked there as well. To be fair.
I wouldn't sit there well quiet.
Nah, sorry, Paul. Go on.
But I don't see us scoring multiple goals this season. That's not the way we're playing so far.
Yeah.
I see us just scoring like 1-0 and then just grinding it out.
Haven't you had like a one every game apart from today by only one goal in the last like 5 games?
Yeah.
Or whatever games you've won, anyways, you've only won by 1 goal.
Well, it's all these kind of Champions League games we will win by multiples, but like the Premier League, we've kind of been. If we win 1-0. We won 1-0 against Arsenal. When we kind of have a few games like that where like we're playing top opposition, we either draw or we win 1-0. You know.
Yeah.
I don't think that like our.
I think you'll win. I think it'll be 2-1 City. I think you'll win it by a goal.
I think Jose will set up defensively as well.
Yeah.
He has to, doesn't he?
I reckon Bale's going to stand up and show everyone he's here.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, we'll be standing on the bench going, "I'm here, lads."
I don't think. I think Bale won't start. I think Lamela starts this one.
Yeah.
Because
2-1 City.
Yeah, he's going to need a bit of fucking eye of the tiger in there. That's what he brings, mate.
How can you say that? We're not smiling.
He's a powerhouse, mate. I'd love seeing you lot get past Lamela. Any of your players, mate. It'll kill you.
Mela.
Yeah. I'd love it.
In all fairness, I mean, City are 12th. 10th on 12 points.
Got a game in hand, don't they?
Yeah, if they win that, they can go 6th. No, they won't even go 6th unless they win really well. So 7th.
Yeah, we're inconsistent as well. Like we lost games.
I
Like
think
West-
it could be an unpredictable scoreline. It's one of those.
It's
Could be
interesting,
50-50.
isn't it? It's interesting.
Yeah, it's good though because it's good not just to know Man City are going to win every week like it used to be.
Look at Kenny's face. I love it.
He loves your face, Ken.
Cheers, mate.
Paul,
Yo,
you know, 1894 is when your club was established. Do you know that year Liverpool got relegated from the First Division?
And that's just off the top of his head. That's
it,
just,
mate.
I know probably comes across like you researched that, but that's just up there.
I think Sunderland won the league that year. I'm sure it was Sunderland. Yeah, well, I think it was Sunderland. Good team back then.
Yeah. There's like,
Got loads of autographs from back then, have you?
Oh, mate, I've got all the pictures and everything. I had to go to the ground with a big box and
Fuck's sake. Stand around for 20 minutes just to take a picture.
classic, mate. Classic
Classic
times.
flash.
Yeah, there weren't no coronavirus around then, I tell you.
Those were the
Woodbine.
days.
Just flat out Woodbines.
Fuck's sake.
Right, fuck you lot. I'm out of here.
What's
Right.
happening with the pay-per-view? Is that I know it's been scrapped.
See what's happening with it? Nothing. And don't fucking pay for it.
It's still
right?
today, isn't it? 15.
No, it was but they said and they scrapping it.
they're scrapping it.
But are they letting it go for free, or are they just like saying no? Well, you're not going to watch the games.
It was only ever going to be a temporary thing anyway, wasn't it? The box office.
Yeah. But I know they said they were scrapping it. But were they just scrapping the price, or were they scrapping the whole thing that you could watch it for 15 quid?
they're scrapping the whole thing. You can watch it for 15 quid and probably just go back to normal packages. That's what I would say.
Yeah.
But obviously, if it hasn't taken off and people haven't bought it, they're not going to keep it because
They won't release the figures, will they?
That's because it hasn't made any money. So they're doing the old thing where they go, well, it's only ever going to be 10 million. We're never really going to keep that going. That wasn't about that, you know. Fuck off, you cunts. You know it would have been.
Yeah. And
Just
like whenever someone pays for it, they end up losing. Like Arsenal.
Would you laugh if you found out that I paid for this one today?
Kenny, that's twice you've paid for it, isn't it?
I'm not saying I did pay for it. I'm just asking Paul if he would find it funny.
Who pays for Aston Villa games? Who pays for Aston Villa games?
You paid for it twice, don't you?
Do you know what it was? I was watching the Tottenham game and it was lagging a little bit, and I was just like, I can't have this. It was like it was good for 95% of the time as well, but I was just like, no, I can't have this.
What channel are you watching it on, Kenny?
Anyway, Kenny, Wenger out, yeah?
Wenger out. Enjoy the international break, boys, yeah?
No.
Yeah.
Villa's on fire. 9 and 6 and here and 5. Villa's on fire.
Okay, we'll end on that.
It's such a prick thing. Leave him alone.
No. Aston Villa.
Latest, boys.